Welcome to Verified, the social commerce podcast. I'm David Vanderveen.
And I'm Peter Griscom. In this episode, we're going to sit down with Puneet Nanda, founder and CEO of GuruNanda, the brand behind the number one selling product on TikTok Shop. Let's get into it.
Puneet, welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thank you so much for a warm welcome here. And ask me anything. I would love to give you every insight I have about TikTok and what made me successful on TikTok here.
I've always been stunned by your history of success. I mean, you're a serial entrepreneur. You were born in India. Obviously, you've lived a lot of your life in the United States now. But you started out as Dr. Fresh,
yes,
and really sort of innovated in the oral care area and in toothbrushes and floss and all those sorts of things. And you were, I think you were Entrepreneur of the Year with Ernst & Young back in maybe 2010, 2011. Now you're leading TikTok Shop. In fact, TikTok Live, and you're not doing it as a 20-year-old. You're doing it, I think you're in your late 40s, maybe. Is that right?
I'll be 40 soon.
Yeah. Me too. But no, it's incredible to see your continued success and your personal involvement in it. I think those are some pretty big shifts. You know, one of the questions I like to ask is a question that was asked to me on Byron's boat in Miami by Andrew Costa, actually, a handful of years ago. He said, "How'd you get here?" And what he meant was, what was your journey to get to this place right now? And, in a short segment, but tell us that snapshot from how you got from, because I think the immigrant piece of it's kind of interesting too, how you got from India to the United States to Dr. Fresh and now to the GuruNanda brand, which is one of the top performing brands on TikTok.
So I don't take all the credit. I would say I'm one of those who believes that if you don't have a very good luck, nothing happens. And I got lucky in everything I did, but I also was very focused. And I believe my dad gave me one lesson, which I would like to impart. Winners focus, losers don't. So if you come to my office, that's my thing that I have on my clipboard right here in front of me. And that is what I go by. So whatever I do, I get focused. And because I am personally a very unfocused, unorganized, everything messy you can think of. My mind doesn't work one way. My mind thinks a million things, and I have a hard time sticking to one thing. I'm a very high Vata personality. I keep people around me that keep me focused. I ensure that whenever my mind goes haywire, I come back to my focus, that this is my focus, this is what I want to do, and things start to work out. So that is probably one of the main things that keep me moving in the same direction. As Bruce Lee said, you do not fear the guy that has kicked 10,000 times. You want to fear the guy that has kicked 10,000 times. So that's what I keep doing. I don't want to do too many things in this life. I was very successful in my first career with Dr. Fresh. I invented the Firefly toothbrush. That was a light-up toothbrush. My daughter used to wear light-up shoes, and that gave me an idea, okay, I can make a light-up toothbrush. Very quickly, it became the number one selling toothbrush in entire United States over Colgate. And the thing is, it's not sometimes when you innovate, you have to reinvent the entire category. I'm not a space scientist. So all you sometimes have to do is observe and see what can you do different. And that's what I always strive to do. I also, when I came here, I wanted to get into retail stores, and I did not know how to do it. So I said, okay, I am going to study what do I do. So 3 ways I could find out. Number one was I'll do private label. So I'll go to Walmart and say I'll make Walmart branded product. That's one way. The other way I thought is, okay, I'll innovate and make something that the big brands are not doing. That's how the Firefly came into play. And the third thing was I'll loan license a brand so that if I don't have a brand, then I'll license some brand. So back in the day, there was a couple of licenses available. My original license was Peanuts, and then Garfield. And then later on, once I showed them success, I got Spider-Man, and then Hello Kitty and Disneyland properties. And then later on, I got AIM, Pepsodent, and Close Up from Church and Dwight. So that was one way that helped me make a lot of cash flow. which helped me buy a brand of my own, which was Banaka, the world famous Banaka.
I have a question though. So there's a point where you went from product innovation and selling through stores to deciding to be what you call a Hollywood production company and creating your own content. And by the way, not hiring 20-year-olds to do it, but somebody who was doing it as a mature human being. How did you make that leap? This is, I think, the $1 million question or the $1 billion question that we're all wondering.
Since 2020, I believe the world has changed. What COVID got everybody hooked to is the screen. And what COVID got everybody hooked to is looking at the reels on Instagram and TikTok, and YouTube came up with shorts. And all of a sudden, everybody started to realize that the number one thing that today's television is not the TV big screen, it is your phone. Your phone is your new TV. And what happened with me is something out of God's grace, I would say, because I don't have any other words to say. Some lady came out of the woodwork. She was living in a trailer, very poor lady, not somebody who's a regular influencer. Nobody that I knew, nobody that I paid, living out of some place in Delaware. And she went and bought this product with a strange name, GuruNanda, she said. She couldn't even pronounce the name, and she bought it on Amazon, and it's just miraculous. It's worked wonders. And that video went viral. Now, I did not understand what is viral word before that, because my phone that evening that morning was ringing like a church bell. Ting, 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 because I had my phone on that Amazon. Whenever there's a sale, you get a ting. And this was like non-stop, ting, 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 ting. And I was like, what the hell is going on? And then all of a sudden, I went on Instagram. I went on Google. I thought Oprah said something about me. I don't know what happened, but I couldn't find. And then late in the evening, my friend from New York called me and said, my 14-year-old daughter, she told me that Uncle Puneet is viral on TikTok. I said, what is TikTok? And I said, send me the link. He sent me the link. I went and downloaded. I made my own account. I looked at it. I saw a lot of garbage comments in there. I started answering them sanely, one by one. There was about 5,000 comments. I literally remember answering them till 4 o'clock. And then at 4 o'clock, my hands were in pain. And at that point, I saw a little camera button. I pressed it by mistake. I made my first video, and it was just a video in a pajama, and that was my first video. And when I got up in the morning, I had like hundreds of people follow me, and I had quite a bit of people actually commenting on my videos. And before I knew, I had within a week, a couple of videos went semi-viral. I had one video about 270,000 views, and 8,000 people followed me within no time. And then since then, I never looked back. So the moment TikTok announced about maybe launching a TikTok shop, they contacted me. I was the guy who actually helped them procure their first warehouse and get things situated. They came and learned from my warehouse. The whole team of TikTok came from China, from Hangzhou, and they learned from my warehouse. And so that's how kind of TikTok started their business as well. I've been lucky. I've met practically everybody in TikTok, big and small, and I became one of the first few products, which gave me a little unfair advantage, to say the fact, because I was first to the market. I did not know what I got myself into, but it was all good. So this is how crazy it became for a little bit when things went viral on TikTok. So if somebody is not ready to take a chance, he would not have become Puneet Nanda. So I took a chance. I took a gamble. I did not care about the money. I said, I don't care about if I win or lose. I just care about one thing. I got to supply the customer if there is a demand. So I got everything flown by air. I put up machines here in Los Angeles. We were making everything farm to bottle, ensuring every product is what it is, what we say it is. Secondly, I have a policy. If I don't touch the soil, I don't buy the oil. So whatever product you see, I make sure I touch that soil before I buy the oil. So that is so the three lessons out of this is: number one, quality control. If your quality is not good, you're not going to survive. Number two, inventory control. If you are not shipping your customer, no matter how good, how viral you are, you're dead. You're
Right.
out of the game. Number three, if you're not on TikTok every darn day, 5, 6 times a day, you're dead. You're old news. So since 2022, since I went viral till today, there's hardly a day when I'm not making anywhere from 2 to 20 videos a day.
Wow.
How much of the wins, like the growth and the brand, is driven by the videos, and how much of it is driven by the supply chain advantage that you have? Like you mentioned, hey, if you don't touch the soil, you're not going to sell the oil. That tells me that you own that supply chain and you're going to win on cost versus these cheap knockoffs or other brands. How much do you think is content and how much do you think is cost? Because I know TikTok is an impulse buy, typically sub $20-$30. What's your thoughts on that?
So number one, if you don't have a good product, no matter how much good your content is, you'll come, you'll win, and you'll go. If you look at TikTok, there's like, I actually met a girl just at a trade show the other day, and she made a video with me too. She said, "You must be the most knocked off guy in this universe, because if anybody is knocked off, I don't think, apart from the only person I can think who's probably knocked off more than me is 5 Hour Energy Drink, because I see, like, I back in the day, 20 years ago, I saw like a zillion of them: 6 hour, 5.5 hour, 4.5 hour, every energy drink in the world possible. Similar to that, I would say GuruNanda oil pulling was probably, they copied me, they copied my photo, they copied my signature, they put my address, everything you can think of, they knock off. Okay. And so if you're not making a good product, you will not start. Those people did not stand in business. There's like a zillion people who made crappy, because people shortcut, and that's not the way to do business. So uh, having a good product is utmost essential. Having an innovative product is very important, because what we did, we created a category. There was no oil pulling before I started. They were like mouthwashes, right? And oil pulling was a concept. There's a concept out there. People would use virgin coconut oil, but there was not a real bottled packaged product that was reliable out there in the market. And that is why I created that category, and I sat on it for 9 years before it became popular. So that's number one. Number two, now that you have a great product, it's going to sit on the shelf, or it's going to sit in your warehouse forever if you're not making content. So when I had the oil pulling listed in Walmart, it was not selling. Walmart called me and said, the buyer said, "I took a bet on you, but it's unfortunately not doing well, so I may have to kick you out. I'm letting you know so that you don't overproduce the product." I was like literally in a stressful situation. I didn't know what to do. And I think this lady came from heaven and literally made everything work. And since then, now I would say another thing I should tell you is, if you get an opportunity, everybody gets one of those opportunities. It's like identifying the opportunity, focusing on that, and winning with that. That's what we were able to do with that lady's win. I took that win and I literally grew that win and extended it to where I became that lady. And I became 100 influencers myself. So founder led brand. I told people, you don't see the CEO of Colgate come and answer you. I will reply to you directly. I read the comments directly. I read 100 comments per day. I reply to at least 5 or 10 of them every single day, even now. So that is the kind of commitment as a founder I made, which made me unique and successful. Procter & Gamble CEO, do you even know the name? I know the name, but do you even know the name? Means Colgate CEO means, I'm sure people might have heard the name, but Have you ever seen them? People see me all the time. I go out, people see me, people know me, they identify me, and that's how the business has been built, one brick at a time.
Puneet, you've talked about the fact that Instagram is the target customer and TikTok is the Walmart customer. Can you compare the two or explain what that means?
So I believe that the customer who's on TikTok is the customer below $100,000 in income as a family.
Okay.
More like $50,000 to $60,000 means scaling down. And when it comes to Instagram, this is my belief that the customer is more 70,000 to maybe $1 billion, whatever. And the customer on TikTok is very authentic. They are the people who need help. They are the people who are actually trying to save money. That's why, even though 50% of the videos today on TikTok are salesy, still people keep coming because TikTok is trying to save people money. And Instagram, there is number one, no way to buy directly. So the impulse buy action that used to be on QVC, etc., which was the TV shows, is not there on Instagram. It's there
Right.
on TikTok. TikTok, you see a product, you see that magic, you buy it. Maybe
Sure.
it's 50% of the products are garbage. I agree with you. But you know what?
I didn't say that, by the way.
No, but they are.
Yeah.
They are. Means I'll actually show you something I might have. I don't want to get up and show it to you, but means I bought something and when it comes, it's totally something different. So there are situations like this, but that's there on Amazon as well. Means but it's a little bit more regulated on Amazon and it's a little bit less regulated on TikTok. But truthfully, TikTok is still the king. I think those overseas companies are a little bit of a problem on TikTok.
So yeah, no, yeah, I think you're right. I think, but part of what you've brought to this, right, is you're the founder, you're the voice of authentic truth. I think people believe and trust you. You had a viral hit, which was sort of, like you said, it was luck in a way. Luck because probably part of it is you made that luck because you had a great product that actually worked that somebody found and they're like, wow, I can't stop talking about this. What would you say to somebody, a founder who hasn't gone viral or won't be a full-time creator? Is there a way for them to be successful on TikTok as well?
Yes. So between TikTok and Instagram, number one, I learned that I wish if I knew what I know today.
Yes.
From 5 years ago, if I would have done it, or maybe I would have been on Instagram lot there. Because lately I've been seeing that Instagram videos are actually doing almost double the views without me paying a penny.
Wow.
Getting double the views. Although the views are not converting. So I don't see any conversion factually from them, right? But on TikTok, I can see that it converts. So that's the big difference. Number two, I would not put all my eggs in one basket. I would probably have TikTok, have YouTube Shorts, YouTube, as well as Instagram, all three to begin with.
Yeah.
Because, and if you don't have time to do it, get an AI tool called repurpose.ai and make sure you make a video and auto post it on other platforms, but get that done. Although it is best if you have different content on different channels. That works the best.
Do you think that the volume of content you're putting, because are you putting out 7-10 videos a day? Is that accurate?
Average, yeah, 7 to 10 videos.
Do you think that volume of content is why you're seeing such a big index on Instagram because they're looking for people who are feeding that content machine?
I think they are actually a little tired of people who are putting too much content, is my belief. And I'm getting paralyzed for that. So the moment I post less content, I actually see better views. Means less in the sense if I post 1 or 2 a day. My less.
I was going to ask what the right number was.
Yeah,
1 or 2 posts a day.
A lot.
Yeah. So if I post, let's say 10, 12 a day, it gets less number. So they are actually penalizing people who are posting too much right now. Although 2 years ago, when Instagram knocked off TikTok and came up with the reels, they were literally taking every reel and doing a good, like literally showing it to a lot more people. The more you posted, the better you were. So I've also learned one thing: there is no one who knows the algorithm.
Yeah,
Just
yeah. They keep
posting,
changing it. Yeah, I
keep
was just
posting.
curious what you were
It's
seeing.
like in India, there's a saying: keep doing your work and don't worry about the fruit. The fruit will come. And that's how I keep doing my work. Karma yoga. Keep doing
That
it.
gives me an interesting question. I mean, I see all of these live sellers and TikTok shop sellers. They've got hacks and things like that. What's one of those TikTok shop hacks that you think is complete nonsense? Like those pet peeves about TikTok that you think are nonsense?
You know, I've seen that there's like I don't know if you watch. I don't even want to take names. That would not be the right thing to do. But these people who are doing TikTok shops, like the people, they are on commission and salary, right? Most of the presenters are on commission and salary. So it is in their best of interest to do whatever it takes to sell the product. Back in the day, when there was no TikTok shop, I don't know how long ago you saw TikTok, there was a lot of women who would get flowers and cars and aeroplanes and crowns, and all you would do is you'd buy 10 flowers or 101 aeroplane for like $1, or one car for like 50 cents. And they were like these women who were just posing here and there, and you'd just keep pressing, and boom, people were so crazy, these women. I actually ended up going to a TikTok conference, and I met a woman. She said she was making good old days about $30,000 a month
Wow.
with these aeroplanes and cars. People doing sitting in her home in Colombia, of all the places. So that was the wild west days of TikTok when it started off, and then now everybody realized that the real gold is in selling products. Because let's say if you sold a treadmill for $1,700 or $1,100, all of a sudden you made $200 in one go. So if you can sell two a day, that's
Making
big
some money.
dollars.
Yeah.
And you don't have to look bad in the society. Or I think TikTok also improved their algorithm. I don't see all that stuff anymore. So yeah, and they do every trick in the world to sell you on live.
Yeah.
So I don't want to name companies, and I don't want to give you the
And
things that.
since you've already kind of diversified, right? Would you say if TikTok shop vanished on, let's say on Thursday, so it vanished tomorrow, right? What would break in your business, and does the business continue since you've now diversified? What would you do in that situation?
I would put a lot more emphasis on Instagram and YouTube Shorts at that point, and even look at other things that I've not paid attention to, like Snapchat or some stuff. I've never opened one. But if TikTok did vanish tomorrow, it would hurt me without a doubt. But I would also look at going more live on Amazon, whatnot, and all those other platforms. I'm sure something or other will crop up, because when TikTok was going down, whatnot came up, but then it didn't do really well.
What
But
are you
then,
betting on next? What is it?
Yeah. What's the next big thing?
Yeah.
I personally think the next big thing is going to be probably, you mean to say in social commerce?
Yeah,
Like,
and social commerce. Yeah.
What are most people missing that you're seeing that you think people ought to be paying attention to?
I would think creating new products that are extremely unique, that are need based. So what I do is I look at 1-star reviews of a lot of things that I like, and I look at the review, and that's my starting point for making a new product. So I'm making always a problem solution.
Right.
Let's say if Peter or David were making a bottle of water, and I saw a review saying it leaks, then I'll make a bottle that does not leak. I'm just making it up, and
Sure.
that's my go-to thing. And then so that's one thing: making unique product that actually solves a problem. Successful unique product that solves a problem. And number two, what I would do is I've been using AI quite a bit lately to my advantage of learning about the product and coming out with ideas. A lot of people ask me, do you do AI? Use AI. I do use AI to make me the ideas, because making so many videos, back in the day, I could say anything, it would go viral. Now I need to give real juice back. So I have to come up with a lot of research. And I've been using AI for a lot of research in that scenario. I use Claude. Fable 5 is like unbelievable. I use ChatGPT. I use Perplexity. I use Gemini. Means I use every possible engine there is, LLM engine there is, to create better content and create better. And I've been on the journey to making new products. That's what I'm doing. I don't see any new social commerce crop up, because most of these things that crop up are in China. Nowadays, like when TikTok was doing back in China, I already had heard of doing, but I never paid attention. So now my ears are all open. So I'm looking for that new thing in China or somewhere in other countries where e-commerce is really taking off. But I've not really heard of any new specific channel that is growing like crazy.
This has been an incredible interview today, Puneet. Thank you for making time for us. We've really enjoyed your presentations at Social Commerce Summits. We look forward to hopefully seeing you again in Los Angeles this fall. But thank you for making time. Thank you for being a friend to the organization. And can't wait to get your new and next insights when we meet again.
Thank you, David. Thank you, Peter. See you guys.
Yeah, of course. And where can people find you, Puneet, on social? Where can they find your companies?
Oh, my Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok is all at I am Puneet Nanda. So Puneet Nanda is my name, and I am before it. IAM. So
and
I am
Puneet is Puneet, Nanda, Nanda.
Correct. I am Puneet Nanda, and you'll find me for sure. And I'm based in Los Angeles, California. And I'm very easily accessible. If anybody wants to email, means of course there's a company email, but if the right message has to come to me, it will reach me. It's contact@GuruNanda.com.
Wonderful.
Fantastic. Well, you're an amazing resource with just a wealth of knowledge. Thank you so much for the time. And I have really enjoyed hearing the daunting path that you have taken to become a creator. And I wish I could do 3 videos a day, 7 videos a day. I can't even do 1 a week. So I'm just incredibly impressed. And David, I'll kick it to you to wrap us up.
Very inspiring. Thank you again, Puneet and Peter. This is Verified, the social commerce podcast. We're excited that you came to join us. Find us wherever you look for podcasts online. You can also find us at socialcommercenews.com. Thanks for joining us. Let's go.
Thank you.
Thank you.